Good morning, YouTube. It's the Lofty Biker here. Well, I'm out on my own bike. I've got a couple of demos arranged for this week. I'm taking out the 350 Forza, the little Honda scooter. Looking forward to that big time. The SH125i, which is the little runabout scooter. And the 2021 Windscreen 650 XT. I'm also looking forward to giving a ride, so those videos will be coming. But first of all, I just want to talk about my own bike. 2 years. I've had the bike 2 years. This was the bike that I bought to replace my XSR 900 in the yellow and black Kenny Roberts speed block. Gorgeous looking bike. But unfortunately it wasn't quite big enough for two. Linda decided that she wants to start coming on the back again and do some touring and whatever. And I had got a tour planned. I was going over to Spain with the lads on the boat. So I bought this. It's a 2018 R1200RS SE. In frozen bronze and black. It's part matte finish and part shiny. Took me time, I get past him. What a wait. Okay, we can concentrate again now. It was the ex-demonstrator from Ocean up at Torquay. It had only done, I don't know, 1,500 odd miles. I've had it for 2 years and now it's done 14,500 miles. I took it in for the big service last week, the valve service and whatever. There was a couple of advisories, mainly tyres. The rear tyre could probably do with replacing. It's down to about 2 mil. I'm due anyway, but I'll talk about tyres in a minute. In fact, no, I'll talk about tyres now. So I'm on my third set of tyres. It came with the Z8 Interacts. I quite liked them, they were okay, so I had another pair. The second pair didn't seem to wear as well as the first pair. So I'll put on a pair of Dunlop Road Smart 3s. Now I've been very pleased in general with the Road Smart 3s. They're very grippy, they've been good in the wet and the dry. I can't really fault them. But like I did say, the rear is starting to square a little, and I haven't really done any motorway work or anything as such. As you know, down here in Cornwall, it's all little naturally roads with lots of bends. So what we tend to do is lots of cornering. So I'm quite surprised the back tyre's gone so quickly. Well, I say gone, 2 mil. Anyway, I went on the internet the other day. I thought I'd better have a look for some tyres, and I was shocked how much they've gone up. But since Brexit and COVID especially, a lot of these cheap imported tyres from Europe aren't coming over, and the only ones that seem to be advertised are British dealerships, and they are very expensive. Anything from 270 to 330 for a pair of tyres, which is more than I normally pay. But still, I found a place in Swansea that's got some Pirelli Angel GTs for about 270 or something like that. So I'm going to order a pair of Pirellis. I'll let you know how I get on. The other advisories was brake pads. Now I knew the rears was getting a bit low, so I'd already primed myself and bought a set of pads ready. But it's flagged up that the fronts are on 80% too. So I picked up a pair of front pads while I was there. Anyway, I went for a ride the other day, and I got back, I was getting a bike a wash, I looked at the rear pads, I thought, bloody hell, they're a bit low. So I pulled them out, and there literally was about half a mil of pad left. So I whipped them out, cleaned the caliper up, and I put them in straight away. and I thought, well, I'll have a quick look. The fronts didn't look nowhere near that bad, but they're on the way. So when my new tyres come in a couple of 3 or 4 weeks, I'll clean the front calipers and whip the pads out and change them at the same time. I did buy genuine BMW, and I did buy the front pads when I had the service, and they were included in the price of the service. I might as well tell you now, the service cost £439 for the major service, including a set of, well, 2 sets, a pair of front brake pads, which I didn't think was too bad considering. They changed the fluids in the brakes, air filter, spark plugs, all the usual stuff. Check the valves. I know checking the valves on a box is not a massive job, but they check the valves. And I do think, seriously, I think the bike's a little bit quieter, and I do honestly think it goes a little bit better. Whether it's me, I don't know, but I went out for a ride the other day and I did think how nice, how smooth, how relaxed it seemed to be. And you get it up to about 5, 6, 7,000 revs and it just takes off beautiful. So I was very pleased. Another thing that I've done recently is, as you know, I put the big screen on. I did put the big bugger on with the flap on the top and everything. Although it was, I'd say, 85–90% effective, it was like a barn door and looked awful. So I know there's a few on the forum, especially there's a couple in the States, who've tried to remove the screen altogether or cut it down. What I've actually done is I've put the standard screen back on in the lowest possible setting. So if you just look, it just barely clears the overhead mounted sat nav. Now I know I get a bit of crud on my screen now, my helmet screen, off flies and stuff, but to be fair, I'm in clean air, and I really must say it's a revelation. It's the best of it. Of all I've ever done is tried to create a screen, and to be honest, unless you put a great big bloody windshield on and make it look like an RT, which I don't want, you might as well go with no screen and feel semi-naked. And it's fantastic. I'm really, really pleased. So I've got the original screen back on now in low. As you can see, I've got the motor mount sat nav relocation. This was also something that had to be done. How BMW in their right mind could think that mounting the sat nav on top of this handlebars on the yoke was acceptable, I don't know. Okay, on the R model you've got no brace or nothing, but there is something on this. There's a screen, you can actually do something. So I've relocated it. Okay, so I'm not saying that this screen mod or going back to standard will work for everybody, but I'm 6'5", I'm a big lad. So the other 2 mods that I did, and I'm very pleased with when I first got the bike, was I had the sports seat, the high seat. Fantastic, revelation again. And then I put the heli bars on. They had to come from the States, I believe, but they're very well finished and they work. The main reason I wanted the heli bars on was once I'd raised the seat up by 20 odd mil, probably nearer 2 inches higher than the low seat, to keep the ergonomics I needed to raise the handlebars to keep the bike feeling more or less like it did from the factory, and it's great. You can sit on this and it feels like a brand new RS, purely because I've raised the handlebars by 1.5 inches, whatever it is, and I've raised the seat by about 1 inch. So it's great, really effective, very pleased. The other couple of little mods I made, I put the handguards on. These are the Acerbis, little lightweight Acerbises. They're only fixed at the ends, on the ends of the handlebars. A couple of old steam engines here, look at them beauties. They're not actually fixed inside, so, but they're very good. They work. I'm chuffed to bits with these as well also. Very effective. I put a set of engine bars on. I'm not a big fan of engine bars. I think they look crap, but to be fair, I think if you are going to drop one of these, you're more likely to drop it when it's fully loaded with 3 bags on, the wife and everything, and you're going to put your foot down, it's going to slip away and it's going to go over. Now for me, if you've got engine bars on, it'll fall off the bar and do no damage at all, and you'll carry on about your business, feel like a bit of a tit, and then carry on. So engine bars. I didn't fit a hugger. I think they look crap, and I don't think they do the job very well at all. I did fit the mud sling. The mud sling does a good job of keeping all the shit and crud off the rear shock. A lot of traffic about today. I also ordered the wider, you can call it rear mudguard, the bit where it goes from the brake lights down to where the number plate is. It's the Australian, for some reason the Australian one comes standard with this. It's much wider. I'll show you when we do a bit of a walk around all the mods, and it does keep a lot of the crud off the back, stops it spraying up onto your, especially onto your pillion. So that does work. As you know, I had the hill start fitted. I believe when I had it done, I was one of the first ones, or definitely the first one in Cornwall. It was the first one Ocean had fitted to an RS, and I think it's fantastic. It works well, very effective, and does a good job. As you know, recently I rode the brand new 2021 1250 shift cam GS, £21,000 worth of bike. Very, very nice. To be honest with you, the only way I found it more comfortable was actually the leg position. I thought, I didn't really find the upper body comfort any better than the RS. Not at all. I was quite surprised actually. I thought, well, it's got to be more comfortable, everybody wants one. But to be honest with you, no. It was nice to have long stretched out the foot pegs to dangle my legs, but in general it made me my right arm ache a bit. So it's one of those things. People have often said it's a night and day revelation. Well, I do disagree. I don't think the 1250 is a night and day revelation. I think it's natural progression. The one thing BMW have done well, with the Boxer is to slowly tweak and develop. Tweak and develop the Boxer. There we go. The quick shifter, it works perfect. All those that moan about it, I can't understand what's the matter with you. That's one thing that I did think was slightly better on the 1250. I thought the quick shifter was slightly smoother, but only slightly. It was a bit of an improvement, but it weren't mega. It weren't mega at all. The engine is smoother. The gearbox is slightly smooth. Everything's slightly better. And to be honest with you, the only way I can possibly see them improving on the 1250 is when the next round of emissions come in, is to knock it up to 1300, which I've heard rumoured possibly could happen. A 1300. So there you have it really. I love me 1200. I do like the Africa Twin. I've said it lots and lots of times. I like the Africa Twin. I don't want a chain. Anyway, we're nearly at the walk round. Let's have a little bit of a walk round and I'll wrap it all up. But there we go. First gear. Bit of off-roading. Take the RS anyway. Right. Where are you? Good morning YouTube, the Lofty Biker here, up at Porthtowan on the north coast. Come a little ride out on my own RS today, just to tell you a few things about it and bits and pieces that I've done. So we'll just spin the old camera around and let you have a look. There she is. (2018) R1200RS. So we got the standard top box on. I put the little rack on the top. That's a Wunderlich one, I think. So coming down, there's the wider tail. Very good. The old Leo Vinci, eBay special, 200 quid. Underneath, there you go. You can just about see the mudsling. Genuine BMW engine bars. There's the Acerbis. There's my old tank bag. Gibby tank lock. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Coming around the front. Standard screen. That is the standard screen. The Motormate relocation for the sat-nav. There's the heli bars. The sports seat. So as you can see, the actual ergonomics haven't really altered that much on the bike. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little talk about my RS. If ever you get the chance to try one out, go and give one a try. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to say ta-ra now, with that shot in mind. So this is the Lofty Biker saying, if you've enjoyed the video, or you've enjoyed any of my other videos, click the like button, click the subscribe button. The more that watch, the better. Trying to build the channel as we go. Really enjoying doing it. I've been doing it for nearly a year now. I've got about 25, 30 videos out, if you want to watch any of the older ones. So, it's the Lofty Biker saying, ta-ra for now. Ta-ra. Okay. Bit of off-roading. Can't be a bit of off-roading.